those things don't go away. Those flaws that at least what we see. But I think I don't know, you might not change your mind, but for me, watching the movie, they do diminish a lot as they go along. And
Is it because the action kicks in?
Well, there's a couple of things that happen. Oh, it's always a good day. We talk about T-Peasy, a T-Peasy motion picture. That'd be for Tyler Perry. For those who haven't been with us too long right here, people are like, ooh, I'm ready. Tyler Perry has done a lot of things. A lot of things. He's done a lot of things some people say kind of wrong. No. It all depends on taste. Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's always interesting when Tyler Perry decides to take on a genre. He's done comedies. Recently he's expanded. He's done dramas. He's done erotic thrillers. Mm-hmm. He's done horror. Boo Madea.
Oh, okay.
Martin's like, all his movies are horror. What are you talking about?
They're all comedies too.
And all
even the dramas,
too.
especially the dramas.
Oh, this guy, his mashups are incredible. This guy could put 10 different genres in one movie. You're going to laugh at all of them.
In one scene. I still think about that lady laughing as she was like, remember when in Mea Culpa, she's having that revelation and she's walking away.
Yeah. So now he's doing World War II, a period piece, a World War II film, man. This time they're going to kill Hitler with black foolishness.
Maybe that's what it would have gotten him.
Yeah.
That's what was missing.
If only Tyler Perry was around at the time. Yeah. He could have been our Captain America.
I know. He could have ended the war in 2 years.
Yeah. So the movie that we're talking about right now is the 6888. Oh, people are like, oh man, I can't wait to see what he does with wacky World War II over here. So this is actually based on a true story. It's based on an article, I believe. It's an article called World War II, or it's from World War II History Magazine. It's called Fighting a Two Front Wars by Kevin M. Heimel. And really what this is about, though, is about this battalion of all black female soldiers, as you can see in this scene right here. Some very light-skinned ones. No, here they are right here. A battalion of all female black soldiers. And they, listen, everybody was trying to figure out, okay, what do we do with these black people here? What do we do with these? I don't know. But they're black, they're women. Mm-hmm. I mean, we got them. We got to do something with them. So they finally figured out. They thought that they were going to put them in some place where they were just going to give busy work to do, work that they were going to actually fail at. And that was sorting out lost mail and trying to get it to the people, the loved ones that never received them. Because if they can do that, then it's going to boost morale, which morale was getting very low because no one was hearing from families. Letters weren't getting in there and they weren't getting out. So they brought these women in, and it turns out they were able, and I have the numbers right here, they were able to do, 17 million. They were able to sort out 17 million pieces of mail, and they did it in 90 days. True story right there. Now, what Tyler Perry does with the rest of it, that's up for you to decide how you feel about it. But this is based on that true story right there. And a lot of people, all joking aside, a lot of people saying, you know what? I ain't gonna mess with him right here. My man is taking a true story, part of history that a lot of us haven't heard about, period piece. Let's quit fooling around now. Mm-hmm. My man, I think he's serious. Let's go ahead and give this one a chance right here. How does he do? The last serious movie that he did, nobody saw, and that one they said was great. How about this one right here? We're gonna tell you exactly how this is. At least I am, and this man right here. I don't think you saw it. You didn't get to see it, did you?
I didn't get to see all of it.
Get to see all of it. All right, man. We'll tell you. We'll fill in the blanks for you.
Yeah, I figured you could. I was going to try to finish it today, but I was just not feeling good.
I hear you. Let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer for the 6888, now on Netflix. And as I said, we're no strangers to Tyler Perry over here.
No, not at all.
We're usually laughing. Are we laughing at this serious piece of history right here? What did Tyler Perry do with it? Let's take a look and we'll be back with our review.
Even tried the Women's Army Corps.
You mean
The White Women's Army Corps.
Exactly.
What is
I
it?
mean,
6AAA Battalion! Forward! March!
This is, some of y'all gonna be disappointed. Because this is not dramatic in that black foolish sense.
no.
You know, for all y'all expecting this to be Temptation, all y'all expecting this to be Mea Culpa, all y'all expecting this to be Divorcing the Black, for y'all who thought that this was Medea, or was expecting her to show up, you're gonna be disappointed. It ain't one of those movies that we can sit back and just tear apart and laugh at and have fun with. I mean, believe me, I wanted to, and I couldn't.
I would say there's glimmers of like stuff that you expect from the movie, but it doesn't go that extra 9
Listen,
miles.
yeah, it ain't crazy.
No.
It don't turn to science fiction, or it doesn't get crazy where parts of it turn into hell and
There's no dramatic twist at the end.
nothing even dramatic or stupid
Or melodramatic twist at the end.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It is very, 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 very melodramatic. In fact, ain't nothing mellow about this.
Yeah,
over dramatic.
when it's not being painfully predictable.
Yeah,
and it's just like it came out of a kit.
Yeah, music is always swelling in this. Like we don't know how to emotionally react. They're like, damn, man, just I know how to feel here. I don't need the music telling me what's going on.
This lady's crying, but I don't know how to feel.
It feels too manipulative. The dialogue is corny, very theatrical. Some of this feels like an amateur stage play.
Right.
And it's very, and I'll show you right here, it is very predictable. Let me just give you a little snippet. I mean, it's very corny.
I want you to wear this ring as a promise that you will wait for me to return.
Wow, I wonder if he's gonna make it. That's the scene with one of the girls. We start out with her before we start getting to other characters because one of the things that that kicks us off is her relationship with this guy and him going off to the war, and and her signing up because well, let's just say that. They don't ever get married. Don't you sit up and say, man, spoiler, y'all know that boy gonna die. Y'all know that boy gonna die.
Listen, if you watch a movie about the war and somebody has a girl back home, they ain't coming back.
Yeah, she enlists because she actually does get a letter. It is the worst letter you can get because it says he dead.
Right.
So that's what kind of kicks the movie off with her following that character to World War II, and then we meet all the other people there. Thing is, this feels like a TV movie in a lot of parts.
Production included.
When it doesn't feel like a play.
Yeah, there's except for some moments of enhanced CG, like you see right here, planes going by and crash. Except for moments like that, the cinematography feels very TV quality, and there are moments where you could tell this is Perrytown. Like expect us. Think this is the real White House, right? Come on. I know. It's impressive that he was able to replicate the White House, but that ain't. We can tell.
Is that not a model?
It might as well be.
It looks like that cake from Wild Wild West.
It does. I'm expecting a damn mouse to crawl out of this. Yeah, that's how fake it looks. He built the White House to scale. And he built interiors, but it still looks so fake that you think the foot can come down and step on this like it's a miniature. I don't think I know he created the White House, and I think he the front of it at least is something that he built pretty big. But I mean, you can still tell. You have some great actors in here, but a lot of them come off ridiculous.
Laughable.
Yeah, look, Dean Norris is...
Oh, my God.
Dean Norris is he's a great actor. He's been in the game for a long time. Everybody knows this man from Breaking Bad and what an excellent job he did as Walter White's brother-in-law. Hank. But here, he sounds like a damn cartoon.
General Halt here can speak to the magnitude of the issue. General?
Yes, sir. Mr. President, helping our soldiers win the war is our priority.
Well, when they decide to make that Foghorn Leghorn live action movie,
I say,
boy.
just put him in a chicken suit.
Yeah, put a rubber glove on his head.
Oh hell, sir. If they want to make a damn Colonel Sanders movie,
These women got more nerve than a bum tooth.
I'll tell you, boy.
Tell you about the history of fried chicken now.
I don't know what you're gonna do with these Negro women up in here, but
I'm pretty sure that's a line in the movie.
I feel like messing with that dog today, though.
I had hope for this scene because they got Susan Sarandon as
Eleanor Roosevelt.
But the makeup on her, I was like, oh, she really does look like Eleanor Roosevelt.
Man.
I mean, that's really how she
No,
looked.
I know how she looked, but still, it looked crazy. I know that's how she looked, but I'll just let you see for yourself.
The male had to take a lesser rank of.
She like, God damn, dial it back. Now you know you put that on too thick.
Poets.
I understand that. This is the only way they can communicate.
Bobblehead ass.
That's a little too much. Communicate.
Outside of the battle.
But the orders at hand are the most important one.
Man, see.
It is so ridiculous.
Where my pappy told me.
So are you saying to me that there is no way to get the mail to the...
He's like, shit, who invited the ghoul?
Yeah, she looks like the pigeon lady from Home Alone 2.
You're like, I heard they were still shooting Walking Dead on the lot, but goddamn, I know they were letting them in this movie. But
I mean, but that scene has, I guess, the collection of your veteran actors, and it's pretty bad. But it's far from the worst.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, I would say the makeup wouldn't bother me, but even she's not very good.
Yeah, like nobody's bringing it, and the staging is all so stiff and amateurish.
Let me tell you, I got you on something else. Now, to his credit, you know, it ain't not a classic Tyler Perry wig in here.
Mm-mm.
Like that makeup actually looks pretty good.
Yeah,
it's just, man, I don't know. She just she turns into a damn cartoon after a while. Them buck teeth sticking out and everything. However, if you want to talk about production as far as editing scenes or even writing scenes, so there's a particular scene right here, and Tyler Perry does not know how to do. It's not for everything. You know, I'm not going to pick on the whole movie, but man, there's a couple of painful points where it's like, you do not know how to write the end of a scene. You just rush through this. I want y'all to, man, you can feel almost the actors feeling awkward the way this scene ends.
To get this mail delivered.
Okay.
Jeez.
They're like, all right, somebody gonna say cut.
Is it my line?
Look at they feel awkward as hell. Tyler.
Oh yeah, cut. Sorry, I was just so into it.
Yeah, he's back on his phone. Oh hey, yeah, cut. I was just writing another script over here.
Yeah, speaking of writing those scripts, and it's because the dialogue is sloppy in this. It's all over the place and basic, super surface level, and it's not engaging for the audience. Well, at least I didn't find it.
Basic? No, it's just bad.
Yeah,
like honestly. I had trouble even watching so much of it because with the lead actress,
Kerry Washington.
No. The young girl we start with, the one who had the boyfriend. Like when she's sitting around with her mom and grandma, the Jasmine Guy, and that scene where they're talking, I was like, I had looked down and I kind of spaced out, and then my brain was going like, this is some of the worst acting and dialogue. What the hell am I watching? Oh, it's this, and the way it's framed, it was like one of his plays. And it's just like what we wrote for them to say. I was like, this isn't simply basic. This is really, really bad. And I thought, it's a good thing in this trailer, they show Kerry Washington the whole time. Because that girl and all the rest of her crew, I was like, man, none of y'all are good.
Yeah,
this is like acting school.
Well, they all overact. A lot of it is over dramatic black theater.
Oh yeah.
Some of it's old old dramatic black theater, like the scene with Jasmine Guy and everything. Like I can't show you everything, but you should see that kitchen scene with girl, who that boy out there you talking to?
One of my favorite lines. That boy Jewish,
that boy Jewish. Girl, you need to go find yourself a good boy and concentrate on getting to school or whatever. You know, that kind of thing. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
This might be a weird question for me to ask, but because you saw the whole thing, how did you feel about the use of the N-word in this movie? Like, I got that it was trying to be accurate, but it felt like it was a little bit heavy-handed with it.
Listen, there's a lot of other things very heavy-handed besides where they dropped that word, at least with me. Because I'm going to listen, these things we're talking about, these critiques, things that we consider to be not very good, those elements never really go away because you didn't see this. You didn't see the rest of it.
Yeah, there was a point where I was like, I just can't do this. I was having secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah, well, they never really go away, especially when they get to the army tropes. With mainly the new recruits going in, and everybody has the clashing personalities until they become a team and become buddies. And
I saw a lot of that.
Yeah, it's cool to see it with the women dynamic. But anyway, those things don't go away. Those flaws that at least what we see. But I think I don't know, you might not change your mind, but for me, watching the movie, they do diminish a lot as they go along. And
because the action kicks in?
Well, there's a couple of things that happen. First of all, Kerry Washington comes in, and she's a little heavy-handed with her character too, but Kerry Washington is actually very, she's good compared to like a lot of the things that are going on in the movie. Yeah. I mean, what I'm going to show you right here, it doesn't really reflect some of the other scenes that are stronger here, where she has to confront people, fight for her battalion, have moments where she, has to be strong, but when she's outside of that, she's being broken down and vulnerable. But I also thought as the dialogue is not very good, but at least she's a good enough actress to where she can do that dialogue with some convincing authority.
What that means is when I say do it, you get it done. And if you do not know how to use a tampon, we will teach you.
I will not be there that day, though. No, I thought Kerry Washington, that's her introduction. It's a typical drill sergeant. So she's not, the dialogue is not too crazy from what you would see with something else. In fact, you see some people even, pour it on a lot heavier than she is. But I think she's good in the movie. And when she steps in, it becomes more her film instead of some of the other bad things that we see.
That's what I was hoping for, because I was initially thought, like, the girl we start with, I had that feeling of like, okay, she's in high school. I can't wait for her to grow up and become Kerry Washington. And I was like, that's how what's happening.
No,
she's not going away.
No. I mean, her character's thin. Her scenes are not that well. I mean, the only thing that's interesting with her is that she is in love with a Jewish boy, and they don't really explore that much because, for one, he dies, and two, it was going nowhere anyway.
Right.
She feels like just kind of added on. Like, they could have completely cut this character out of the movie, and it probably would have made for a better story, because her being in the movie delays them getting to the real meat and potatoes and the point of the film, which is the male.
And I believe that's Ebony Obsidian that plays that character.
Ebony Obsidian.
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, her whole crew, the one girl who kept going, language. I was like, could we stop with that, please? And then you got the sassy girl.
Because she's big.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm here for the man.
and that reminds me, that part made me feel like maybe at some point when he was writing this crazy script that it might have been a musical. And I know that's my sensibilities, but that scene, I was like, she about to break out into song?
It does feel like, there's so many movies where that scene does lead to a song. I get how you could feel that way.
And there's also a 10-minute scene where they're just dancing. Like the movie stops to have these guys dance. It's like, all right, they're good dancers. Why?
Well, I saw why. It's a cultural thing to show the culture at the time. These people were, for one, it's to show that they can have a good time, to humanize them. Also to show, like, swing dancing. Yeah, we did that shit too.
Right.
Yeah. Y'all took that shit when they were doing that shit back in World War II. They just didn't have a chance to put it out there and well, at least they did put it out there and then y'all just snatched that shit. But
that's a fair point. I still don't think that the scene was effective.
Yeah, obviously I get it. I think the movie, I didn't love it, but I think you surely didn't like it as much as I did as it went along. Because as it goes along, the production value never really rises above like extremely high TV production or streaming TV production. This is definitely one of Netflix's big epic movies. This is a lower budget, and Tyler Perry likes to shoot with a lower budget. But also that made it kind of impressive when he went to Europe to actually shoot. Because now it doesn't look like Perryville. It looks like an actual location. It looks like they actually shot in Europe, which they did. A place called Little Germany in New Yorkshire, England. So that raises the production value a little bit. And as the story went on, I actually watched for the story, which I thought held its own. Because, you were talking about they finally got to the parts where they are talking about how they had to sort the mail, which was something that they were being set up for failure on. And they persevered. And it's a part of history I didn't know. Sure. So the story's good enough to kind of carry its own. It's good enough to where it's definitely a studio script, but the adversity that the women meet, the racism, being set up for failure, it's hard really not to root for them. It's and again, it's very much as you say, it came in a kit. It's very much a studio movie, and it's okay. It's all right. It doesn't make it great, but it doesn't mean that you can't get wrapped up in it. It's very predictable. The only time it didn't really work for me, and I know you probably didn't like this part, was when they ran into a major problem. Something that almost seemed impossible, and they solved that shit on the spot. They were like, because all the girls came up with special skills of their own. I know cities. If I read the mail, I can tell you how people talked and what region that's in. Are you serious? Yeah. Hey, I worked at a perfume store. If I just smell them, I can tell you where it came from. And
I'm good at crossword puzzles.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I was like, so I can fill in the blanks where there's letters with words missing. It's like, okay, no, hell no, god damn it, no. No, all y'all of a sudden, goddamn Sherlock Holmes and shit. No.
They
God,
look
no.
like Sherlock Holmes a little bit.
So all of a sudden, they're all smoking pipes and shit. No, hell no.
What about, you haven't brought it up, what about the special effects in this movie?
Well, again,
I thought that they were really bad, and the editing really emphasizes it. And it made me think, what this is? This is Tyler Perry's Dunkirk, where he's like, I got all these shots of these people. And sometimes it doesn't line up. Like you can see a wall 30 feet behind people. And then when they cut it in a different angle, it's an ocean of people.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's a TV movie production. So I'm not, it looked cheap, but I wasn't expecting anything more. Once I saw, maybe when I first learned about it and saw the trailer, I thought, oh shit, Tyler Perry got a real budget right here. But knowing that he likes to work with a sensible budget or low budget, and Netflix ain't spending no more money on big budget things, and then really look at the trailer and be like, oh yeah, ain't got a whole lot of money behind this. I expected what I got. I still thought there was some pretty cool shots for what he did. Its strength is that it gets better as it goes along.
Okay.
So it ends on a high instead of getting worse.
Okay.
Now it ain't like it got incredible, near the end. It's still a rental for me. But it's it's
it's
a positive rental. It ends on a high, and it was a very moving high for me.
Okay.
Like I said, the story is strong itself, and at least you had some actors who were able to carry it through. And by the end of it, I was kind of engrossed in learning about what I was being shown here. So yeah, it was a positive rental for me.
You know what? I can actually agree with you that the very ending, I thought that there was something there when they were showing the historical footage and having the real people be there. It's like, wow, that's cool that you got that there, because this is an incredible story. This movie about this story is not incredible. In fact, I found it disrespectful to these women and their story, which is amazing. And I have to give this a bullshit as much as I don't want to. I think that this is total waste of time because they could have made something amazing out of this, and they don't. This movie is really boring, and there's a lot of bad acting in it. I do not recommend.
All right. Well, you and I slightly disagree on that, but I respect that. Yeah, I didn't hate it as much, but I see where you're coming from.
I just found it dull at the end of the day.
Oh, you mad as hell. He wants to say N-word right now. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
Shit in my mouth.
I'm kidding. Yeah, of course you don't. Come on.
Yeah, they don't know that, though.
That goddamn that N-word Tyler Perry always wasting my time.
Oops. And another thing.
Well, you made it to the end of the video. That must mean you really like what we do. So if you do, check out these other videos just like this one. Check out our other YouTube channels and subscribe to join our wonderful Toasty community. And as always, stay toasty.